Welcome back. For those who don't know me, my name is John Karamzad. I'm a REMAX broker. I've been in real estate for about 25 years. That's a quarter of a century. That's a long time to be in real estate. Today I was talking to one of my past clients, a good friend who is one of my original clients. And what we were talking is the business strategy, the investment strategies that we had 10, 15 years ago does not work anymore. But yet, still, people are falling into the same trap because what worked then, they think is going to work now. And that's why we have a lot of investors who have been burnt, who are in trouble right now. If I can explain, this client that I had bought his first house in year 2000. And the next 10 years, he saved up some money, saved some equity, and we bought his first investment condo in the year 2010. And he didn't want a tenant in his own house. So he wanted something completely separate. He didn't want to see the tenant every day. He didn't want to deal with the noise. He didn't want to deal with anything. He just wanted to be free and collect the money. So we bought him a brand new condo in 2010. And things were a lot different. The financing was a lot different. At that time, all you needed was 20% down. There was no income verification needed. Your credit had to be good, and you had to show where that 20% of money came in so it could not be borrowed. All you had to do is show the 20% down, and you bought a condo, and you had to have a tenant right in place. So when you took possession of the unit, the tenant was there to pay you rent. Now, at that time, the condo that we bought downtown was about $250,000. You cannot find that condo anywhere, even in today's market where everything has crashed about 30%. Now, $250,000 back then was still a lot of money, but the rent that you were getting was about the same as now. We were getting about $1,800 rent. That rent paid for the mortgage. The mortgage back then was 2% variable. You cannot find that anywhere right now. The cheapest you can get is around 4% now. So the rent was covering the mortgage, it was covering the property tax, and it was covering the maintenance fees. Now, once he bought that, the tenant was in place. Over the next few years, he bought a few other ones. He has about 4 of them right now. Now, these properties have been in the market. He's owned them for the last 10, 15 years. The tenants have paid down the mortgage. So he probably owes about $100,000 on each of these condos now. Even right now in today's market where the prices have crashed, he can sell these condos for $500,000 each. That means he has $400,000 in each of these units. So if he were to sell right now, he would have $1.6 million. That is a lot of money. Versus right now, if somebody bought a condo in 2022, where it was the peak, that same condo was probably worth about $700,000, $800,000. And they were getting $1,800 a month, $2,000, maybe $2,200 rent. And the interest rates were double. 4%, 5%. Right now, at 4%, 5%, you cannot break even. The maintenance fee is double now. The property tax is double. Your cost of the condo, the purchase price, is double. But one thing that hasn't changed much is the rental price that you're getting. So in order for somebody to break even right now, they would have to rent it for double the amount, or every month at the end of the month they get $1,800 from the tenant, and they have to come up with $1,800 out of their own pocket to maintain that investment. So the investment idea that worked 10 years ago, 15 years ago, does not work right now in today's market unless you put down a lot of down payment. Now, what these clients, these investors, the strategy that we used then 10, 15 years ago, we are using a different strategy now. Because if I were to ask you right now, if you were offered to buy a unit for $250,000 or $300,000, $350,000, where the outside market right now is $500,000, $600,000, everybody would say, yes, I would buy that. And the same thing for my clients. They are buying those prices in today's market, but they're not buying a condo. They are buying a multiplex, a sixplex or a tenplex they are buying. They are selling their condos. They've made some money on them. The person who buys them as in a rental, they're probably not going to make any money on it. But a family that's living in it, that's different. But these guys have made up their money. Now they're taking that money, they're buying a 10plex or a 6plex. They are getting the units. Right now in Toronto, we can find you per a door $250,000, $300,000, $350,000 per a door. But they're not condos, they are multiplexes. They are buying them and they are using this as a next strategy to build their real estate portfolio. So if you are in the market, if you are an investor and you don't want to deal with the condo market paying all these high prices and you want to become a landlord, give me a call. My number is 416-845-9872. They are right now, we have properties right now in the market, multiplexes that we can get you in and you can start making money, but you can't buy one. You can't buy only one unit for $250. You have to buy 6 or 10. That is the trick. It's not the same as a strategy as before. It is different, but this is how investors are making money now. Give me a call. I would be happy to help you. If you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.